Hi everyone, welcome back to Golden Papery, and we are in our last week of July slash beginning of August. I am so ready for a new month, and I have to say that planning July week 5, resetting into a new mindset for a new month is one of my favorite things to do. And so today you'll be seeing my planning for this week. And let me just start off by saying that it is going to be one busy week. So, as you know from the last video, I had a mini vacation on Friday. And so we went to South Padre Island. I had a great time with my family, got a little bit of sunburnt, ate some great food, and honestly just really disconnected. I did take my laptop, but after having a conversation with another one of my clients, she kind of just recommended, like, don't even open it. Enjoy your vacation with your family. That's the last thing you want to do. So I took her advice, and that's exactly what I did. Now, last week, we started off by working on the new layout that Kina Prints came out with, and this is the layout that you'll see here. And so what I'm doing is just kind of checking back to last week's agenda, making sure that everything that I needed to get done was completed. And if it wasn't, then I want to make sure that I add this onto the upcoming week. Now, even though I love this layout, one of the greatest issues that I have here is my personal choice of using a weekly layout. Because you may have noticed my news in the last week's video, I decided to quit my job. I know, so scary. I'm still really nervous about it, but after putting in my resignation last Thursday, I feel very comfortable and excited for what's to come. So that means that even though I'm going to be using this planner, the personal planner, for my weekly layouts, kind of just like a quick overview of what I have going on for the week, I decided that I kind of want to go back to my A5 planner and start using the daily version, the daily layout. So I believe I purchased the daily layout from Infinity Lotus, and there's nothing wrong with it. I love the layout, but I have switched over to a personal planner because it just made sense for my life. And one of the great things that I love about planning is that you can really accommodate it to your personal preference, your type of schedule, whether you are a mom, someone who's involved in the church like I am, for work, for anything that you want to use your planner. That's the best thing about these videos. You kind of get a very quick sense of ideas that you can use your own planning methods. So what I'm doing here is starting off by doing the priority. So my priority for this week is still my full-time job. I'm a data analyst, data analyst and system admin for an organization in the education industry. And so I'm just going to use the pink dots and just highlight all of the meetings and reminders that I have for this week. So I tend not to use the highlighted dots for like to-dos, because the top section is going to include just all of the meetings that I know I have. And then at the bottom of the weekly layout, I'm going to jot down my to-do list for that day, maybe reminders that I want, that I have going on. And there were many that are unfinished because of last week. It was kind of a short week for me. So I will be adding those for this week. Now, even though this is the method that I tend to use, and you'll probably start to see this when I start filming my A5 planning as well for work, that really the layout with like the hourly check-ins are great to kind of time block. I also do that on my Google Calendar. And so I'm still thinking if it would be, um, educational for y'all to see the method that I do every single day as far as productivity and time blocking and just different time managements that I try to do throughout my workday, throughout my personal life, so that I can keep track of just kind of everything. Right now, it's a little bit kind of jumbled everywhere because I am still working at my full-time job. I'm also contracted for a couple of clients for web design and data analyst dashboards, and so it's pretty heavy. And this is not even including my home stuff like my toddler's school activities, her after school stuff like soccer, swimming. So it is going to get busy pretty soon, pretty fast. We all know that the first day of school is approaching. Teachers are already getting back to the school, and you know, this is not everything. So the weekly layout is one of the reasons why I decided to start using this for a personal planner, because it just made sense. It can fit everything in one single page, and I didn't want to go so in depth as I was doing it with my A5 planning. So now the brown highlighted dots are going to represent the contracted meetings that I have for this week, and I always want to add those throughout my daily planning because I don't want to forget about them. It's real easy to sort of forget, what you have going on if it's not all in one calendar. And so, what I'm going to be doing probably within the next 2 weeks is start merging my calendars from Outlook onto my business Google Calendar. So there's a way that you can actually share your calendars all in just one calendar, and it just helps a lot to view everything in just one single calendar. Right now, what I'm having to do is block off times for different things that I have going on. Especially for my full time, I tend to block out times because of my toddler. If I know I have to cook lunch during a certain time, like for some odd reason, well, not for some odd reason, but she tends to eat lunch around 10:30 to 11:30, and so I have to prioritize her time for lunch. That's just because she eats pretty early throughout the rest of the school year. That's the time that they eat lunch, and so I have to accommodate that. So we don't eat lunch at the same time, which makes me a little bit sad. And then we don't eat the same thing, so that makes it a little bit harder. I have to cook something. I was doing some lunch box planning like every morning, but right now it just doesn't make sense to do that because she's not eating as much throughout the summertime. And then I decided that because we're at the end of summer, we're almost going to start the new school year, I'm going to use this really fun, um, you know, ice cream washi tape that I got, and it's so cute. I don't even remember where I got it from. And apologies if you see my camera moving. My cat decided that she was going to use my camera stand as her little scratch post. So apologies for that. But this washi tape is so cute. It definitely goes with a very fun end of summer planning, and I love it. I think it also goes well with the fact that I'm using so many different colors to kind of color code what I have going on, um, for for this week. Now, the blue dots, I'm using them for my personal stuff. So while I was planning on leaving my current job, I still wanted to find something else part-time locally, whether that being at another school district or being, something different within the city. One, so I can start learning a little bit more about my community, especially because I'm going to be building a business in the area and I want to get my name out there. But also, I was truly scared that I wasn't going to be able to supplement my income. This is the first time that I've ever gone full time with my business. I've only done it part time. And as I mentioned last week, yes, it was profitable, but you still get kind of scared. The last thing that I want to do is not be able to pay my monthly expenses. And unfortunately for me, there are many, as you know, we are living the farm life. So we have farming equipment that's pretty expensive. Yeah, who knew that, buying a tractor is not as easy as it sounds? All of that stuff costs money. But I wouldn't trade it for anything because I truly love where I live. It's a cute little ranch style home, and I love my animals. And being able to just do this homesteading life has really improved not only like the quality of life, like just having a very peaceful, um, like peaceful opportunity where I live, but also being able to provide my own food on the table, like the eggs that I get from my chickens or the chickens that we, breed, or not really breed, but uh, we buy them from a hatchery and, we're able to use that as our food as well. So I truly do love the lifestyle that I'm living. And for me, it works. I'm also adding in some of the other things that I have, like the Bible study and the worship service that I have on Sundays. And then what I'm going to do now is add in to-do lists and just kind of reminders on some of these days of things that I absolutely need to get done. So the cool thing about this layout from Kina Prince is that she has a section for that at the very bottom. On the left side, you have your weekly tasks, like things that you need to get done. She also has a don't forget section, which I tend to use it as a like reminders of like maybe bills that are coming up or grocery or laundry stuff that I need to do. And I use the other section that's blank for just business reminders. So that's how I've been using this layout, and feel free to check it out on Instagram once this whole layout is finalized so you can kind of see how I incorporated that. And then on the right side, it's habit tracking. So I put in everything that I for sure want to track, like my Bible reading. I also have a book that I'm reading for Sunday school. And then I do my own personal reading. I am a big romance book reader, and so I got to get my fill. And then I also try to review my finances on a daily basis. So really it's habit training. Once you start getting into the habit of checking out all the things that you have to do, it really does work to improve what you want to get done every week. And so I've also mentioned in the past that a lot of my planning has improved in the way that I review it every single day. Every morning, before I even start anything throughout my day, I know that I need to check my planner. So yeah, this is really coming along. I actually love the way this week's layout looked. I don't know if it was because of all the fun colors that I used this week. I tried not to include so many stickers on this week's layout because I'm pretty sure, even though it looks a little bit empty right now, um, as I always say, it gets filled out throughout the week. I put in notes, I put in, other reminders that I forgot or things that I know I have to keep track of for the following week. and it just gets busy. So this is what I have, adding in stickers from Once More with Love and Coffee Monsters Co. Those have been my go-to stickers, but I did also make a big sticker order from Kina Prints. And if you guys have not checked it out in my description, but there is a golden papery code that you can use to get 15% off her store, and I highly suggest that you use it to buy the planning inserts that you really want to use. And so I do have instructional videos on how to print them out and put them in your planner. But yeah, what do you guys think of this? I really like the layout. It's very simple. You know, as I said, there's not much going on this week, but there will be. And I completely forgot to add in the date. I was trying to think like, wait, what's today? Yeah, maybe it'll help if I add those days of the week. So week 5 of July. Next week will be week 1 of August. But I will try to also record my A5 planner layout that will be solely for just work. And so, like I said, I'm going full time with my business, which is TB4 Code. And so I'm going to use my A5 planner for just business items. And I'm excited, guys. I really am excited. I found an office space downtown. So hopefully I'll be able to add that. I got in some of my outfits that I want to do for some professional photos that I want to take. And I fully updated my website for my company. So now it showcases a lot of the services that I provide or am providing at the moment. And now I'm just trying to figure out how I'm supposed to pay myself and all the taxes stuff that goes along with it. So yeah, this is becoming a very productive week already. A lot of things were already completed. And now I just have to work on my offboarding with my current company. And my goal for this week is really just to get myself organized for this month to where I will be able to just, you know, have one single planner for just work stuff. And the last thing that I'm doing here is adding in my habit tracking. And yeah, this is the final layout. What do you guys think?